Afternoon, everyone. Good morning if you are in different parts of the world or whatever time it is. Uh, I'm happy to welcome all of you for my LinkedIn Live today. I hope you can hear me, and in case you like to share some thoughts, bring in your queries or questions in the chat, please feel free to chip in. So I hope all of you will be having a wonderful weekend as we move forward. So today, the topic which I brought to your attention is learning program preparation checklist. Any organization or for individual moving through change, uh, learning programs are a very important element in moving in that change. So I thought I will share some aspects related to how we can manage that as we move forward. So here I am bringing to all of you the checklist, and in the checklist, we will see some of the key components we have to be careful about. When we are planning that intervention, that organizational learning event. So let me take you through this short LinkedIn Live. The first question which we have to think about when we are planning an event or when we are nominating someone, what is the specific purpose of the learning event? What are we trying to solve? What are we trying to solve for the organization in this change, or for the person we are proposing this program? So exploring that purpose will be definitely helpful. Sometimes it can be, let's say, a product launch, information related to the product process, policies, procedures, etc., so that it can serve the customers well. In another aspect, it can be related to compliance related. Or in some cases, it can be internal development, like I want to develop my individual contributors into leadership positions. What shall I do? So the question number one, which I just want all of us to focus on, is what is the specific purpose of the learning event? So that may help on one side. Thank you, Sahir, for sharing your thoughts in the comment. Now, moving into the next question, which we should be focusing on. Now, imagine that you are nominating yourself into this learning program, or maybe your organization is planning it for a group. So exploring it from that perspective, why have you chosen to do the learning event at this time? What makes you to spend effort, time for this learning event, and how it can help? Because quite often exploring that will help all of us in this process. Why have you chosen to do the learning event at this time? Sometimes it can be summer, so we don't want to do a program during summer where the staff availability is less, or maybe we are, like, for example, in your respective geography, there's a new legal provision, so you want to update people about that, whatever it is. So why have you chosen to do the learning event at this time? Or you may have identified or diagnosed in the organization something wrong, maybe from the internal audit or from the quality perspective. What is pressing you to do that learning event? So that is question number 2. Yeah, question number 3. I'm just maybe you may not be able to see that fully. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, who is expected to attend and why? Maybe the text is going out of the screen. So remember, who is expected to attend? Why am I, for example, it can be a high potential program for your identified members in the organization. And have I informed them the importance of that? What is the specific purpose which the person will be able to get? Is it a coaching intervention? Or is it an online program? Whatever it is. Who is expected to attend? Quite often, what happens in organization is, we have this vision, strategy, etc. But down the line, people are not clear about that. How can we help them to know what the strategy is? So how frequently we are doing that? Who is expected to attend and why? Are we sharing that reason? So that is question number 3. Now question number 4. Where will the event be held and why? So what kind of, like we have these days face-to-face opportunities for learning. We have virtual opportunities for learning. We have other means of short burst of events which we can have. So whatever it is, or off-site events which can happen, where will the event be held? And always ask the next question, and why are we proposing that? We had an opportunity to work with an organization in which one of the requests was we want to take people away from their space of work. When you are in the space of work, they are sometimes called to attend some emergency requests. But when they are away, often, it is the perception in the office space that, okay, he's away in a training, so don't bother him. Now, if it is in the same building, sometimes you get being pulled into various official things in between the learning program, and the participant may not be able to fully be immersed in that learning process. So question number is, where will the event be held and why? So let me stop sharing for a moment. So I just want to bring your attention. So is it making sense to you at this point? What kind of questions or queries are coming in your mind when you hear these things? What way we can address that? So see, the first question is, what is the specific purpose of the learning event, as we have seen. Second is, as we have mentioned, why have we chosen to do the learning event at this time? Third question, who is expected to attend and why? That is question number 3. Where will the event be held and why? Let me take you to the next important question. I'm just slightly moving the text in the slide. Let me share the slide with all of you. That is question number 5. We have, after question number 5, 2 more questions. So that is exploring whether we have done any previous event. We have done any previous event for our members. So have any previous learning events been held on the similar field? And what were the outputs? So that you can acknowledge and build on this as appropriate. So have any previous learning event been held? And what were the outputs? Quite often, sometimes we don't look into that. So spend some time if you are planning an event. What was the output of a previous learning event and how it has been translated into workplace? Now, what changes I need? What tweaking I have to make? So that makes it more appropriate at this point. Now, the question number 6. By end of learning event, what do you want the attendees to know, feel, think, and do? sometimes we do the learning event, but we don't give focus on what is something which the participants need to know. It can be related to the changing legal structure. For example, from a UAE perspective, the corporate tax introduction, what should the staff members of my company need to know? Second is, how should they feel if it is related to a specific, how the people should be feeling about that. Third one, what should they think during the learning event and after? And the final part is, what should they do? So this is question number 6. And finally, question number 7. I will share the slides below the event section. So in case you want to refer it, these questions are there. By the end of the session, are there any factors that will help to achieve the know, feel, think, and do outcomes? What are they? What factors I should be taking care of? And an important question element here, and are there any that could hinder in that process? What can hinder in applying these learning in practice? It can be related to system, it can be related to internal culture in the organization. What I need to do. So these are the questions I'm throwing or sharing with you to think and reflect whenever you are doing a learning program. So thanks for listening to me. This is a short LinkedIn Live as well as YouTube Live and Twitter Live, which I'm sharing. I hope you find these as perspectives and questions helpful when you are planning your learning related intervention. So thank you again. And I wish all of you a wonderful weekend. So thank you again for joining and being with me in this afternoon. Enjoy your holidays which are coming. Stay safe and well.